Greetings, everyone. Rev.Hawksblood here. This isn't going to be too long. I'm doing this because I got a few problems with my site. All right. I was supposed to do a workshop this coming weekend and the weekend after, but it seems like people don't want the truth or not ready for it, say they don't have the money. I wasn't charging a lot of money. So this is for people that really want the truth. All right. I'm going to do it just so people can actually listen to this if they're in the mood or if they want the truth or they're even interested in finding out what the truth really is. I'm not doing this to make myself big or money. I'm doing it to bring out the truth that's behind all the lies that you think you have. All right. And there are many, from religion, spiritualism, to working, to living, to school, to love. All those words have a definition, a man made definition. All right. Sorry about that. Oh, it's still a mess. I've been dealing with company for an hour trying to get some problems fixed with the site. All right, here's the thing. You've grown up as a little child and you start growing into a teenager and then an adult. But while you're a child, you're giving so many false programs, even little things too, like Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the fairy godmother, tooth fairy, the boogeyman. All these little things you feed to a child. You give him these lies and you tell him to believe it. Why? Oh, sure, you might mention God to them as well. So by the time they turn 8, 9, whenever you feel they're grown up enough to hear what you feel is the truth that they deserve to know, you tell them they're all fake, they're all lies, they're all not real. Okay, but then you tell them, well, God is real if you believe in God. Many adults do not believe in God anymore. They believe in themselves as God or one with the universe, eliminating God, which is fine for them. All right. In our lifetime, we go through many things. And whether you're religious, spiritual, whatever the story is, well, I trust God will protect me. Jesus will protect me. Spirit will protect me. My angels protect me. I'm going to get into angels. I'm going to get into every subject on those things. I was going to try to do it in 4 days, which is probably impossible. I said I'd add a couple of days if I have to, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it day by day, once, twice a week, and then people can listen, tune in if they want to. And I'll have specific topics. I'm going to go through all the topics. They might overlap each other because a lot of things in life do. But if you're really interested in why you're here and why you died, why would you want to live longer? And all those simple questions like, why are disease here? Why did God do this? Why did God do that? Well, there's multiple reasons for everything. And it's not like it's just a freak of nature. Humans aren't a freak of nature. We just didn't pop out of the sea. We didn't come here by a meteorite crashing into the planet. It's not natural. Even one of the top scientists says it's impossible for us to mutate to a perfect state, meaning every time something mutates, it mutates differently. It would never become a perfect person. And we are the perfect system, or we were, until government decided to eliminate, I should say create, horrible diseases and sicknesses in the food and chemicals that they feed us and the things that they play with, like radiation. All these little things that affect us and destroy our land, everything around us, everything we do, never mind what we put in our bodies. I made it to the age I'm at, which I'm really surprised. Okay, people, I don't know if you saw me blink out or not. I'm sorry. I'm working on that right now. Just trying to see how many times I blink out. But here we go. All right. I'm going to have a special number, keyword, or numbers that you're going to have to use to come into the site. It'll be up, but it's going to be private. I'm not going to just let anybody come into it. I don't want people coming into my site or into it, this specific show that I'll be doing, if they don't want the truth. I mean, people say they're ready for the truth. They want the truth. But the second it goes against what they believe in, suddenly they don't want to hear it. That's pretty scary, because when you talk about truth, okay, I'm going to give you the truth. Oh, everybody has the truth. Everybody has the truth, but is it real? Is it really important to the planet? Is it really important to life? Is it important to death? Death is just as important as life is. People come and go. People hear something, they don't like it. Oh, they like it. If you want the truth, this is the only place you need to come. Going to all the UFO conferences, going all to the spiritual speakers, speak on this, that. I can name 20, but the top 5 are the most dangerous. Deepak Chopra, Eckhart Tolle, Dalai Lama, the Pope, and even Oprah. The top 5 people considered the most spiritual people on the planet. What do they teach people? And it seems like everybody's on the same wave of a program, meaning love is the most important thing, which it is not. Second is, you need to be mellow, relaxed, and calm, and in this state where nothing bothers you. Well, that just means you're ignoring your feelings and emotions which are in your body. All right? And during that time frame, you go through a lot of things. But if you could just overlook your child dying, your animals dying, your car getting smashed, your house blew up. I mean, if you could just, oh, wow, that's sad, and walk away from it, you could be like that. Do you want to be? Why be here? The body has 5 feelings, 5 emotions that control everything it thinks and does. You don't need a body if you don't want to work with them. And that means you become spiritual, and you don't need a body, and you don't want to work with them either. But see, there's a lot to learn if you are interested in moving forward. I watch people come and go. I see where their attention is, where their mind is at, where they are at. It's real simple. You know what I do? I ask a person, what's your truth? They can't answer that. Then again, I will ask them the second question. Where are you spiritually? And then, what does spiritual mean? Many people say, well, I'm spiritual now. I'm spiritual now. What were your word before you became spiritual? Non-spiritual, in their words. What did that mean? Oh, now I'm holy roller? Holy? What's that mean to the average person? So, when people talk, it is a lot of talk. And seriously, it's useless. I don't know the proper words, but it's useless. Because when people say they know these things and then they talk stupid about something else, everything fits together. Aliens, government, aliens, creatures, aliens and demons, demons and angels, angels and deities. And they all fit into the place under God. And where is God? Not in the universe, not in the solar system, not in our reality, not in this realm, planet Earth, which is hell. All right, people, you have this truth. Please text me. I'm ready. Let me just open the chat. I didn't do it. I should have, because I'm not going to be doing a long show. I just want to get this message out to the people that might have wanted to come to my workshop, were afraid to spend a couple of dollars, or maybe they don't have money. I told people to call me, text me, and they didn't do that. If you have a problem, text me. I have a couple in the Philippines that said they have no money. So that's one family that I will bring in if they want to come in. I'm not going to stop anybody from truth, not like other people. Minimum donation, $100, $5,000, $500, whatever it is. Truth really can't be sold. All right? I was told by everybody I have to charge. And I feel it's wrong. To make money off of the truth is ridiculous. All right. It's really ridiculous, people. I'm sorry. But what I'm going to get into is the truth behind it. Now, why can't I talk about the truth? Well, it's just your truth. No, it's not. on each specific thing that I will talk about, there's many people, over millions, that will agree on certain things I say. But it'll be a certain path, a certain religion that'll agree on one thing. It'll be a certain kind of people that'll agree on another. But the truth is within all realms. It just doesn't fit one reality. Like it just doesn't fit the Muslims, Christians, or the Jewish people. The truth fits everybody. Whether they want to put it into their reality or not is a different story, because they will not. They are programmed to believe the ideas. And what's even worse in the UFO world is crashing. They're talking more and more about disclosure. Disclosure cannot happen. Not the disclosure that we should have. Disclosure saying that a UFO is a real UFO is happening, but they still will not say it's from an alien or something out of our universe, because it's a program that they want to keep you in. Now, another program out there, the Galactic Federation. Oh, people, I'm sorry to tell you that. You think you're dealing with these beings and they're going to come? Not one thing they ever said happened. Oh, they're going to land this year. They're going to land up here. They're going to, oh, well, it was on a different dimension. No, it's not a different dimension. The astral plane is the only other dimension they'd be coming from. But if they're in a ship, they're in the physical dimension. Spiritual entities, beings, or whatever words you want to give them, don't drive around in a ship. They don't need to. The difference between orbs and a ship, one's a solid mass and one is not. So when people say, oh, I saw an orb and then there was this creature walking around, yeah, it could be a creature. All right, if you watch all these ghost shows and these other specials that are out there right now, you'll see there's many creatures coming to this planet that have never been here. Oh, no, we're not digging them up out of the ocean or the underground. They're coming here. I'm talking about evil spirits, entities, and things like that. I'll talk about soul. When a person dies, their soul, what it really is, it's not their energy, it's not their mind, their soul. And soul is different than mind, people. And I'll go against any one of those speakers claiming that, including Buddha. Buddha talked about the bliss state. It's the first step in spiritual growth. The first step, only the first step, and there's thousands of steps after that. So where do you want to stay? In a bliss state and be nothing with nothingness, or be who you really are, understand that, and work from there? All right, hi, you want to come on? I like I said, I just did this show at the spur of the moment. Let me just put this link up real fast, just in case. Well, greetings. So yeah, I'm here to debate the lies, to put the truth out there. And you need it now more than ever, with the virus, with war, with everything that's going on, with Trump, and you name it. We got serious problems. Are you ready to face the truth? Understand why you're here. If you're here to think you need to build a house and get a car and be famous or rich, you got to see a problem. Life went on for many, many thousands and thousands of years without any of that. It's the past 100 years we got more inclined to play with it. And here's something else, people. When you go through science and all the lies that they give you, all right, basically when they say our ancestors aren't human. All right, cavemen aren't human. The Neanderthal, the Anunnaki, they're not human. They're different. How big their brain was, what their attention was, what their soul was. I will tell you this. None of those things, I'll call them things for a word, have a spiritual awareness of a real God. If they did, the world would be incredible right now. Not a garbage hole, what we're creating. But people, look, I know you don't like to be talked to like I know more than you do. But seriously, what do you know about God? What do you know about death? What do you know about anything? All right, people like to say things. Let me just bring my guest on. Greetings, Sasha. How are you?
Hey, Tommy, pretty good of yourself.
All right. As you hear, I'm canceling doing the workshop directly. I'm going to do it in segments on a show. I'm going to do a spiritual show once or twice a week.
Okay.
I'm going to go through step by step, but it's going to be private. I'm not going to put it on mainstream so everybody can go. I only want people that are ready to move forward spiritually or become more aware than what they are now.
Hmm.
So I'm going to give anybody that's interested, and I didn't decide that the password and everything to get into the site when I do the show. But
Okay.
that's where I'm going with that. Now, I'm dealing with lots of people right now, and it's like nobody is talking about the truth about anything. Nobody's talking about the truth about the virus. Nobody's talking the truth about aliens. Nobody's talking about the truth about UFOs. All the important things going on. We're not talking about the war. We're not talking about what they do with the HARP system. Even here in Hawaii, they bring the boat here off the shore of Hawaii. All these little things that are dangerous to the planet, directed energy weapons, which they're
Hmm.
using on the United States.
They are now
And
suspecting that the Chinese, I mean, obviously, all the major countries have this technology, but the Chinese were responsible in instigating the volcanic activity at the Canary Islands.
well, right now, all right, there's so many big earthquakes. Alaska had a big one, and they never even said it. They had an 8.1. Now, all the
Um,
islands, let me just say this real fast. All the
oh,
islands around Australia are having big earthquakes all the time. The one that almost took out the island, I mean, they just had two today, 5.0. I mean, all these places that are having them every day right now for the past 2 weeks, over five. And five is pretty big. This was a 6.5 today in Nicaragua. All right. They had a 5.2 near it in the Panama. All right. There's multiple ones going off in Virgin Islands right now. So, I mean, people, are you listening to the planet even? Do you understand what the planet's going through and what? Oh, man. First time ever. I see an earthquake in Australia. I said that yesterday. They don't ever show earthquakes in Australia. They had a 5.9 just a little while ago today. All right. I guess if it's over five, they might list it, but I never saw it. It's the bottom part of Australia. The army base is on the upper part of Australia. But it was the first time I ever saw an earthquake in Australia in the 2 years that I've been following this direct chart. So that are you ready for the truth, people? I say Nicaragua is going through a serious problem right now. They have multiple earthquakes, but something's happening, people. I'm sure you might not want to face that, but something really is, and it's going to be happening, and not in a good way. All right. Sasha, you got anything you want to bring up or questions?
um, in regards to your current topic, or just in general?
Anything. You could go into spiritualism, anything you want, but you're one of the people I allow to do anything you want. I trust you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Not right now. I'm sure I will as I'm hearing you talk. So,
No problem. So here's okay, people. All right, it's going to be a 2 hour show, whenever I do it. All right. I don't think I'm going to bring anybody else on it at this point right now. Maybe when I'm done with the main course, I'm going to go into specific topics after. But it's usually going into one little topic if you don't know the truth around it. It's like talking about a battery inside a car without talking about the car. I mean, the battery's not going to be doing anything without the car. So if I tell you about life without the understanding of what it's here for, and what death is about, and what disease and sickness is about, what all these other words are for, it's useless. You have to understand them all before you can start understanding each individual part of it, because you have to know how it works in the whole of all things together. I always say everything is in a circle. I mean, even the native symbol, I don't know if you can see it, is a circle and the center. Everything goes around a circle and comes back to the center. All right. Basically, we go the four directions. All right. There's really six, but when we talk about four directions, uh, we go out in different directions, but they all come back. They all go around and come back to the same. What am I on? What time is it? 20. All right. I'm going to show 20 minutes just for anybody out there. I'm not going to go too long today because I wasn't planning on doing this as a real workshop. Just to know for people interested, please email me, text me, whatever you want to do. Call me on Skype. My Skype is Hawksblood2. I mean, that should be pretty easy for people to remember. But I'm going to put a link up on the bottom. I want to use that link for anybody interested in a workshop or coming to it or anything else. All right, people, I still have How to See God and Hawk's Blood 1, but that I want to keep specifically for this. In the interim, I'm going to probably start, what's today? Wednesday. I might do one Friday. I might wait till the weekend and start it. I don't know what's better for most people. That's why I'm doing it this way, because a person can go into it whenever they want. It'll be up online. They'll just have to use the code to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be protected for that. I mean, I don't want to be fighting with a lot of people that have no clue or don't want a clue. They're happy with what they got. Then there's no reason for you to listen to me. I only want people ready to look beyond that program that's locked in their brain that they have been programmed to believe all their life, no matter how old they are. So for the next couple of days, I want you to think about it. You got questions? Please, I will answer questions after every show I do. But then you'll have to email me them. And you send it to that email address or call me up on Skype. And then we could talk. Either way, but I promise you, whatever I give you, whatever information I give you, I want you to be able to respond and understand it. And if you don't understand it, I'll go into a little bit deeper with you directly at that point. But again, I deal with all these people, big name people, Stephen Greer in the UFO world, putting stuff out there about how to talk to aliens.
Oh, Stephen.
He's one of the biggest names. I've been trying to get in touch with one of the biggest names out there right now. Louis, I don't even know how to say his name. I don't have it in front of me. But he's out there mainstream. He's becoming like the top speaker out there. But he's not saying much.
Are you talking about Farrakhan?
No, Louis Elizondo.
Oh, okay.
He's on all the shows on the History Channel now. He's becoming a big speaker, but he's still directly connected to the government. He cannot say anything outside the box. All right? When he talks, he says, I can't give my viewpoint because his viewpoint might be based on truth. But what he says is only based on what he's allowed to say. He's talking about ships going into the ocean. He's talking about Tic Tacs, but he's not saying anything about them, like they're alien ships and where they're coming from or anything like that. So the information coming out in the UFO world is useless. Then you got people like, I could go into a lot of names, but we'll just stick with the one. All right. Who's coming out and saying we can talk to aliens and they're going to have disclosure and they're going to help us. And there's no bad aliens. You know, when these people in the UFO world can sit there, stand there, tell people out in front of them, there's no such thing as bad aliens. It's like saying there's no such thing as bad people. Planet Earth is filled with lots and lots of bad people, probably more so than good people. Oh, no, that's not true. Think how many people drink, smoke, do drugs, create crime, lie, cheat, steal, abuse their wives, abuse their children. That's a big percentage of the planet. Then you got all the starving homeless people. Imagine that. So to say that, okay, no, think about the reality of where you really live. I mean, the planet, not just your town, your state. Go to India, go to Tibet, go to these countries that are starving and people are sitting there in the streets and stuff. Can't clean themselves, can't eat, can't get water, can't get food. You know, when you're starving, nothing matters except food. So you can't think about spiritual growth or wisdom or anything like that because you're starving to death. And until you grab something to eat, you might not even live there till the next day. But you got rich people coming out and saying, oh, I'm going to make it better. I'm going to make it better. All right. And this is going to Mr. Musk and Mr. Gates. All right. Mr. Gates, people, I don't know if you know what he's saying lately, but he's saying a lot of things, what he feels is going to change and has to change. Then you got Musk saying what he's going to do. But even the top people on the planet, the richest people on the planet, duh. Now, I'll explain one thing, and this is mind-boggling. All right, Mr. Musk came out 2 weeks ago, and he said, look, we don't need useless jobs anymore. I'm going to make sure we can eliminate all the useless jobs. What is a useless job? Think about it. What would be a useless job? Cleaning your toilet bowl? Picking up your garbage? I mean, what would be a useless job? Working at Burger King, McDonald's? You know why? Because they all could be run by a robot. And that's even more scary. Walmart's starting to get robots to load their shelves and do things. So every time they create a new robot to do something, like the robot industry that made cars, it took 90% of the work that people had to do away from them. Technology is not beneficial to the human race. It's only beneficial to people rich making money. All right. The second thing Musk says, which is mind-boggling, this is a week later, after he said he's going to eliminate useless jobs with robots. Only last week he comes out and says, what people should be more afraid of AI than nuclear war or anything else.
Why do you think he flipped?
Because he's not on our side. He doesn't care about people. Rich people will never care about poor people, ever. If you were rich in a mansion, you wouldn't want 10 homeless families moving around your house. And you would do everything you can to get rid of them, which they're doing. UN Agenda 21-30 people, if you don't know what that is by now, you better find out soon, because it's going to be what's taken over the planet, which already started.
Yeah.
193 countries agreed on it. That should wake you up, hopefully.
Yeah.
Why did they agree on it? What does it mean? Find out what it means now and what it's going to mean in 2030. 2030, they're going to make it sound incredible. Like everything's going to be perfect. Really? The world's going to respect one God. We're all going to respect each other. Really? Is that really going to happen? And how could that happen? If you're a robot, it'll happen real easy. If you're a programmed zombie, it'll happen real easy. People, you need to wake up to the truth. The truth of that. I'm not even talking about the spiritual side of any of this. Because nothing on this planet is spiritual. Oh, I'm spiritual. Oh, we're spiritual. We got a spiritual group going. And what do they talk about? Stepping away from feelings and emotions, sitting back and just relaxing and being in bliss. Who'd have taught that? Good.
I find it funny how those groups, they base their belief systems from the religions that are made, in this reality.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling, isn't it? We think life is so important, and we
there's a very specific reason why Jesus said, "He who have no faith, follow me."
Well, he did come to try to help people, but sadly, people with no faith don't want faith. People that have a faith are programmed to believe that it's even close to the truth. Mm-hmm. So, but what happened was, how many people did follow Jesus? After they twisted the stories around to make it beneficial to man, meaning, well, I could do things and just ask for forgiveness. I could do this and I could get away with it. I can do this. And it made man more protective about himself, saying, this is a great path. I can do things and just ask forgiveness and it's all gone. Really? Jesus never said that. No. But he also wasn't the one claiming to be the healer either. So when these healers tell you they're going to heal you, they're taking your money, people. Tell yourself you can heal yourself. You'll do the same thing that they're going to do. They are not super beings. They are not super powered. I learned something, and I didn't even get into this, Sasha. You're going to have to listen soon. I don't want to talk about it yet.
Okay.
It was something I was given deep inside information, and I realized something incredible, and it has to do with psychics. All right. And the psychics right now. So talking to deceased people and things like that. But it's mind boggling. All right. So, people, look, I'm not here to make money. I'm not here to brainwash you. I don't care if you follow me. You don't need to be here if you don't want to follow me. I'm not asking for a following. I'm only asking you to find the truth for yourself. It's not different for everybody. That's another stupid idiot idea. The truth is for everybody, and it's the same. The Ten Commandments weren't evil. Thou shalt not kill was never an evil statement. It was never outdated. When people say the Ten Commandments are outdated, what are they talking about? Have one God. You can't have 100 gods because 100 people think 100 different things. All these little things, they're not to destroy the world. They don't hurt nobody.
Yeah.
When man changes anything, it becomes a weapon or a programmed idea.
Like, for example, they changed the Jesus's, true reason for coming down here.
Well, they couldn't understand it. That's the, Jesus was a man.
That was the first problem.
Jesus was a man. All right. He wanted to help people, which all so-called good people want to do when they come here. But he said something that has never happened. He said there'll be many greater than he. And that never happened. Mankind's not ready to step in that place because they're going backwards. If we were moving forward at a spiritual level and understanding it, we could have moved into that place. But even these healers, well, I'll heal you of a sickness. You can't heal a person of a sickness. In their mind, you can. But then again, karma stays there. Karma is not a healing thing where somebody else can heal it.
Yeah.
So all these little ideas and all these big ideas, and you can't reincarnate, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's all programs. If you experience any of them, you will understand the truth. But if you don't try and you don't work at it, you're not going to get those answers. Spiritual growth isn't for everybody, and it isn't easy. It's the hardest thing you will ever do in this lifetime, or any lifetime. Because every lifetime you come here, it's your last chance to get out of here. And usually you fail, so you have to come back. Yeah. And people, you don't come back where you want. Oh, I'm going to come back here. No, you don't. Your karma sets where you're going to go and what you got to pay back. If you have very little karma and you're attached to your family, you may be given the right to come back to that family. But you're going to be a child in that family. You're not going to be like, oh, he's my brother, he's my sister. No. You're going to forget everything you thought you knew. But you already created a scenario for yourself to go into that's not beneficial to spiritual growth. Even when Jesus said, leave your family, leave your children, he said it for a reason. He wasn't mean and angry and hateful. He just meant you're not going to unfold if you listen to them and work with them. Because they're not looking for the truth. Very few souls look for the truth. You'd rather believe the lie, get caught up in the lie, and follow it. People, I'm glad I got into I wasn't even planning on doing this today. I was going to try to hold off doing it, but it's time that I put the truth out there, what I'm going to do. All right. I feel it's the only way I can move forward and do what I feel I have to do until I die. I put my life on the line, people. I'll go against everybody on this planet with my life on what I'm saying to you. Not with these people. Well, somebody told me this. I saw it on a piece of paper. I saw it on a piece of stone. So what? If I carve I am God on a stone, does that make me God? I mean, if somebody else carved it on a stone, they would believe it. Especially if it's 10,000 years old. Well, this was carved a long time ago. People have faith in lies. And they have faith in twisted stories. They have faith in everything except what's important, themselves. Understanding who and what you are is the most important thing you can attain in this lifetime. Because when you do, suddenly you realize you're a soul. You're going to leave as a soul by yourself. You're not taking your family with you. You're not taking your animals with you. You're not taking your car, or your house, or your boat.
Oh, man,
You're
I can't have my lamp.
No, you're taking your body, that's your soul body.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even taking this physical body. When you go to the astral plane, you're allowed to use this body until you leave. I don't even talk about that. Until you leave the astral plane. When you come back here, you don't take this body again. The Egyptians were totally wrong because aliens didn't know what they were doing. Teaching them more bull. So here's the thing, people. You want the truth. You want to find it. You want to know how to find it. You want to know how to look at life. Listen to my workshop. It's going to be important. If you want to move forward, if you're happy and think everything's perfect, you don't need the truth because you're stuck in a lie and you're happy about it. I want people, like Jesus said, he who knows faith. Faith is one thing. You have to be willing to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that's really important. Are you ready to let go of the lies you have, the lies you don't have, or if you want to find the truth for real? You listen to these people. Listen to Eckhart Tolle for 2 hours. Listen to his 21-day workshop. Listen to Deepak Chopra's workshop. He doesn't know a thing about death. He doesn't know a thing about reincarnation. And when Oprah asked him, well, my father died, does that mean you know something about it? Yeah, people die. Why? He can't, even now, which is mind-boggling, in the UFO world, in the so-called spiritual world, they're starting to mention Jesus now. They're starting to take quotes that they think he said and magnify them into what they want to put into their picture.
Oh, boy.
It's scary. I'm probably one of the top UFO speakers who put out a book on Jesus now. All right? And that's scary.
Wait, don't tell me he's saying Jesus is an alien.
Of course they do.
Oh, my gosh.
Even Billy Myers, when he put out The Town of Jamad, which I read and bought and was following him for a while, said when he found this book in a cave, Billy Myers, half-crippled guy, found the book of Judas in a cave. Of course, it says Jesus was an alien. All right, he found it. But within the same year, and this is no lie, another tablet was found written by Judas. It was in pieces. The person had it for 100 years, and it was family or whatever, and they finally thought they could sell it, but it turned to dust, little teeny pieces. Luckily, a woman with money spent 2 years and had it put back together. And that's Jesus' manuscript now. But don't forget, there was 40 books in the Bible. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Mary Magdalene, Thomas's books, and they were all outcasted. They only took 4 books to make the Bible. So there was a lot more story, a lot more different viewpoints. Nobody has the same viewpoint. I'm not saying anybody could even have a viewpoint like I have without all the exact same experiences that I had. Experiences help you understand the truth. You see somebody get their head blown off. You know a person dies when their head's blown off. Nobody can take that away from you because that vision's in your brain forever.
Mm-hmm.
All right? When you see truth, it's there. When you see an alien for real, when you see things, it's real. Unless you go to a reconditioning school and you got no protection, the government can strip that out of your mind. The same as aliens do that to people that they abduct. So, we're in this really bad space, people. Are you ready? At least be aware of what's happening. You're not going to get rid of your karma because I say get rid of your karma. If you killed somebody, you got a lot of karma to deal with. If you kill multiple people, guess what? I don't want to go into it. But this is the real world, people.
Yeah, just like the recent Russian shooting, unfortunately.
These shootings, children doing things. You think they normally do that? I watched a special, and this was years ago. No lie. It was a special about children doing obscene things.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little boy taking a knife, running in the room and stabbing their cat. For no reason. Or coming into the bedroom and trying to stab their mother. Going in a store, a girl sitting laying on the floor starts masturbating at 4 years old. You know, these things aren't normal at any level, but you have to realize what is inside them making them do that. People, government doesn't want to talk about demons and possession and all those kind of words. They can't deal with human life, never mind that kind of stuff. And they won't admit it. They won't admit alien abduction. They won't admit demons and possession. So we got such a long way to even touch the truth if you want to know what the truth is. So people, look, I didn't want to go too long today. I'm glad you listened. If you're listening to this, please send this link out there everywhere you can. Anybody that was thinking about coming to my workshop or even care about what I'm talking about. I know I got a lot of listeners, but they're afraid to get in touch with me because I'm such a rebel. They're afraid I'm going to go after their truth, which I will, especially if they say they're spiritual. Sorry, people. You know, I'm a rebel. I give my life for the truth. And the Emerald Tablets, which states, the truth will destroy the lies in the end. And usually that means the end of your life. All right? Because then you'll see that you're coming back and you're doing all these things over and you don't know what you're doing. And then you won't even know that. So guess what? You're never going to find the truth. You got to find it while you're alive, and you got to find it now. Because when you're born, the truth isn't there. Except, I can't tell you how much it's changing now, because all I know that some children are becoming aware of their past life, which is like breaking the boundary a little bit more. The astral plane is merging with this planet. That's why there's all these creatures coming here and everything else. So it's more awareness of certain things. It's not a great awareness, but it's better than nothing.
You think CERN is responsible for that?
Yeah, so if you're aware of your past life, or even parts of it, you can help realize why you got karma. Mm-hmm. And even understanding what parts of your karma are about. Well, I didn't do anything in this life. All I did was eat baby food, and then I ate chocolate, and I had steak dinner, but I never did anything bad. I never left the house. I never did anything. And I got karma. Guess what? It's called past karma. And the earth has its own karma. You're born in hell. Guess what? You got to get out of it. People, I don't know why you'd want to come back, but that's because you don't know the truth. Well, hey, Sasha, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad you stopped on. Send this link out to anybody you can. I'm going to send it everywhere I can. I want to get the ball rolling. I mean, I want to start a workshop for people that are ready. But till next time, I do my show every Tuesday about UFOs with Tina Bird. And if you're interested, I will be doing this spiritual workshop. And I'm going to use the word spiritual, because there's no other word to fit what I'm going to be giving people, because it has nothing to do with this reality.
Yeah. No, I hear you. No, I certainly am interested. And do you have an idea when you might want to do that?
I'm going to work on that in the next couple of days as soon as I get it organized. I wanted to use Skype. I mean, I wanted to use StreamYard, which I'm using right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm having a problem because I'm trying to say, can I have a password? And the only password I'll have is the one that I just gave you to get on this show, which will be the password I would be able to use. If I put the site up as unlisted, they'll see it, but they won't click into it without that code.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to work. If it's unlisted, they don't see it. I have to send them an email with the link, and then they can get into it. So I got to work that out. But see, StreamYard, I was on an hour with them till just now and trying to work out the idea because my picture still blacks out every 10 minutes. So I'm trying to get that fixed as well, which isn't seeming like it's going to happen. But as soon as I figure it, I might use Zoom, and then I'll have to set it up through iCloud where people can go into iCloud to watch the videos. I got to play with that. I've been debating that for the past week. I already paid for Zoom for 2 months, and I didn't use it yet. But we'll see. You'll be the first to know, Sasha. And people out there, stay in touch. Listen to my shows. Might do another free show, another simple show during this week, explaining why I'm doing this and everything else. But till then, people, keep your heels on the ground. Don't fly up into space. Don't take a spaceship anywhere. Well, if you want to, go right ahead. Your choice. Love and light, people. Till next time, enjoy your day, night, Wherever you are, peace, love, compassion. Hope you get what you're looking for.
Bye bye. Thanks,
Bye,
Diamond.
Sasha.